The scenes making my list don't all come from my favorite films, nor are the films they come from all particularly great cinematic productions. Nevertheless, I love these scenes for the sheer terror they have given. Number 1, The Grudge, 2004. Ghost Boy's warning. Little kids can be spooky as heck. The scare factor this little guy had going for him was that he could appear perfectly human one moment and in the next transform into the creepiest and yet most pitiful of ghosts. He left you rattled, he left you consumed with anger over the circumstances behind his death, he left you hoping to never see his sunken-eyed cherubic face again. A dark plot and plenty of thrills with The Grudge. Number 2, An American Haunting, 2005. Girls meeting. The only thing worse than living in a new turn-of-the-century home that looks and feels like it's next on the city's condemned list is not having anyone to talk to about the nasty bumps and bruises incurred while being drawn down your new home's crickety stairs by unseen forces. Thankfully, the paranormally tortured teen girl in this film had a BFF, a faceless BFF. Number 3, The Exorcist. Regan's head turns around. Like I said earlier, kids in horror flicks can be scary. Take Regan here for example. If it had been her mom's head getting an inhuman spin, the audience may have winced, but since it was a child the demon decided to torture with inhuman contortionalist abilities, somehow this scene just grabs our psyche and won't ever let go. No
You know what she did? Your canting daughter?
Dead birds, kid under bed, oops, another kid. Now I like the premise of this movie, but the script brimmed with inconsistencies and the characters met disaster mainly because of their stupidity. At least the premise was almost saved by a cool ending and the mysterious kid in the house. And this one jaw-dropping scene was definitely not expected, which made for a nicely done startle amidst the flaws. No 5. Paranormal Activity. Dragging of Katie. For the most part, Paranormal Activity was basically just a poorly accomplished rip-off of everything that worked so well for the Blair Witch Project. The exception was this one scene. Now I don't know how they did it, but it was perfect, completely unexpected and psychologically terrifying. This single scene is the exception that makes the rule for the rest of this sorry film, and yet that it was so well done it does make the whole thing worth watching at least once.
6mm laminate flooring, only 59 cents a square foot. Bella wood, 3/4 by 3 1/4 inch natural.
Daniel? Is that you? Katie?
No sex. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, An Unclean Spirit. Watching this movie was painful on several levels, least of all for the fact it's so inaccurately recounted and hyped the details of a real-life tragedy. Nevertheless, as a film it projected a startling eerie atmosphere and a few scenes were very well executed. The crowning feat was Jennifer Carpenter's portrayal of the allegedly possessed Emily Rose. From the deep, banshee-like shrieks to painful body contortions and to the demonic facial gestures, Carpenter was captivating and left the viewer shuddering long after the closing credits. My favorite of all scenes was the one in Emily Rose's bedroom when the raging demon attempts to crawl up the wall. Creepy performance, just wonderful. No
Campus. When Emily answered, she was quite hysterical. At first she just sobbed uncontrollably. But eventually she calmed down enough to tell me what had happened. She said that she was alone that weekend. Her roommate had gone home.
Blair Witch Project. The final scene. It was a horror flick made on a shoestring budget, without benefit of any studio sound set, and filmed like someone's home movie. There was no theme, not even background music. The script was simplistic and the star's face was bereft of a single brush of pancake. Does it sound like just some cheesy production thought up by a bunch of unsophisticated college kids? If you've not yet seen this movie, think again. At the time, The Others, the confirmation gown scene for the ghost story connoisseur. The Others had all the classic nuances, the gothic mansion with a history of untimely deaths, a damsel in distress, mists galore, and a graveyard conveniently located on the manse grounds. What this one had over other films of this genre was a truly unnerving mystery, actually a couple of mysteries and a positive nod for ancient pagan beliefs concerning death and the afterlife. With the tight script and fine acting, it was only bettered by some deeply chilling moments, and thankfully it delivered these in spades. The scariest scene by far, however, was the confirmation gown scene. One Class A movie and one unforgettable horror.
What did I tell you about sitting on the... What's the matter?
Where is my daughter?
What have you done with my daughter? Are you mad? You're not my daughter! No! No! You're not my daughter! No! No!
Scene No. 9. Fire in the Sky. Aliens torture humans. Other films have broached the subject of alien abduction, but none have instilled the pure terror this one did. Based on a true-life event, Fire in the Sky took audiences into a sterilized torture chamber where humanity means nothing and science and medical curiosity served the same heartless interest. Scary to witness and hard to put out of mind once the credits have gone by. This is one movie you honestly shouldn't watch alone. No. 10. The Exorcist. Regan descends the stairs upside down. The first time I watched The Exorcist, and it wasn't until I was an adult, it was the widely distributed theatrical version. A few years later I got to see the uncut director's edition. Now, while the famous scene of Regan's head turning around was scary enough, this particular scene from the
What the hell do you mean going off and leaving Reagan by herself? Are you crazy? Her window's wide open. The whole room is freezing. Didn't he tell you? Didn't who tell me? Burke. What's Burke got to do with it?
Look, there wasn't anybody here, so when I went to get the Thorazine, I had him stay with her, and
Oh,
I should have known better. I'm sorry.
I guess you should have.
How were the tests?
We have to start looking for a shrink. Hi, Chuck. Come on in.
Suppose he heard.
Heard what?
Haven't heard. Burke's dead. He must have been drunk. He fell down from the top of the steps right outside. By the time he hit M Street, he broke his neck.
Oh, God.